Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hazeeq, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Manta network. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, taking a look at Manta network on CoinMarketCap, this project is listed 112 based on market cap rankings, and if you take a look at the price action all time, you can see that the token started trading in January this year. So it's a very new project, brand new, and it's very rare that I get into a project that is brand new. So this is a very bullish project. Manta Network is the modular ecosystem for Web3. Users can build and deploy any Solidity-based decentralized applications on Manta and leverage its technology stack to deliver faster transaction speeds than an L1 and lower gas fees cost than an L2. And it works with Celestia, which is another bullish project in this modular niche, and then it's built on Polkadot, right? It's a Polkadot parachain, which is amazing. And you can stake your tokens on the Nova wallet, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. The APR is really good at the moment. I think it's above 60%. It does fluctuate here and there, but you can still capitalize and get some of those early good rewards before we start pumping and before more people start staking. Keep in mind, there's a 4-week unstaking period as well. So we looked at the price and we have a bit of a description of the project. Of course, you have to do your own research before you jump into any project. It still hasn't taken off. So we just uploaded a video on Arkham and that project has exploded. So if you're looking to get into Manta, these are still good prices. We have Binance and KuCoin and Gate.io as the few exchanges that you can buy the token on. Of course, Bybit, HTX, and BingX. I honestly don't use any other exchanges that are on here except the first 3 that I mentioned. Now let's switch over to the price action chart. So we are on the daily chart and you can see that we are breaking above a descending resistance trend line. So this is a brand new chart. Once again, the token started trading in January. There is not a lot we can do based on this information, but we can already see that we are trying to break above a resistance level. We had a huge wick to the downside here once Bitcoin pulled back. So if you were able to buy into the project at $2.38, 40 cents, 50 cents, that was really good. So we got into Manta at $2.88 or so, or $2.78. My patrons were advised on it. And of course, if they got in during this wick, that would have been even better. As of right now, we're sitting at $3.22. Now, the profit potential here is incredible. It's an $800 million market cap, so it's not a baby project by any means, not a baby project at all, but I do think a solid 10x from here is a bare minimum. Because once again, it's in a bullish niche and projects are going to be going parabolic. Like if you think this is what an alt season is, you haven't seen anything, projects will start exploding. And Manta is a new project, which is good for its pumping potential, right? Because if you are invested only in the OG old coins, it's likely that you will not be seeing those parabolic kinds of moves on something like Dash, Bitcoin Cash, although they are pumping a bit, but you won't be seeing some, crazy candles doing something like this, right? With Manta, that is a possibility. The market cap is relatively low. If we're speaking generally, 800 million is not a lot. So $8 billion is, during a bull market, generally speaking, an okay market cap. It's still not a lot by any stretch of the imagination, especially if you consider the top 10 and what their market caps are going to be looking like by the end of the bull market. So we can imagine Manta is going to be going at least a 10x from our current prices, and that means we're going to be getting to, let's say, $32. So $32 is going to take us, let me just... Yeah, so a 903%, that would be your 10x there. And if I can just add that to the chart, there we go. So that's going to be our, 10x target. It's A safe investment, if you're looking for something safe for the bull market but still bullish and might do more than a 10x, Manta is the project to go for, but of course after you do your own research. We broke above the 20 EMA on the daily chart. We are above the resistance trend line, so things are looking good to pick up. What I would look into is us breaking this local top that we created. So we can actually stretch this out a bit to the downside here, and let's get this low. We're not going to take that, but let's take this wick, and then you're going to have a technical target at $4.43 at the 1.618. So once we get to this target, right, if we're able to get to that target, hopefully, which I think we can, if not in the next week or so, because things are pumping real fast, this would be a really bullish signal because we would be breaking above this resistance trend line there. So that would be a really, really good sign. Now, what we can also do is we can stretch this Fibonacci out and we can drag it all the way back there, right? So we can use this as our local top, which in fact is probably what we should have done from the start, but you could also take a look at this smaller fractal. So with this Fib retracement, you have $5.28 as your technical target right now. So if you're looking for a swing trade, this could be a nice 50 to 60%, I think. Yeah, 65% trade to the upside. And right now, as you can see, we're failing to break above the golden ratio. So we've had one bounce off of the golden ratio here. And the golden ratio is obviously the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, which is the most important Fibonacci level out of the entire extension. And we are running into that same level once again. So once we're able to break above it, that'd be really good. So what happened here initially is that we created a top, right? You print a top, you come back down, you retrace, but you run into the golden ratio, and then you have the dead cat bounce. So whenever you bounce off of the golden ratio, there is a really, really high chance you're going to see a retracement back to your original low, right? So that is essentially what ended up happening here on the chart. And obviously we did print a nice low here, and we can even, if you want to go based on, let's say based on this low, right? You have this local top, you have this local low, you can even do it this way, and these wicks, you can ignore the wicks, right? You can just take a look at this low in February, and the 1.618 target is going to switch just slightly, depends on which low you want to be using. So if you want to go for this low, I prefer going for this low because I don't really like using these long wicks as local lows. So we're just going to stick with this February low and this local top from January, and then we'll have the 1.618 at $5.13. Then we have the two level, the second Fib level at $6, then $6.88 for the 2.272, and the 2.414 sitting at $7.33. But keep in mind, all of this is simply 130% to the upside. So this would be below $2 billion market cap, even if we got to $7. So there is a lot of room to grow for Manta Network. And if you got into the project earlier than we did on Patreon, let us know what is your average entry price. Let me know what are your targets to the upside, and let me know what do you think about the project in general. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching this video. Take care.